Oh, it was a excuse me. It was a wild year in fantasy, that's for sure.
We got
Um,
a like from Dave Eastman on Facebook already. We got Nick Burton chiming in saying good evening.
what's going on, Nick? Oh, yeah, it's been a up and especially for my teams, been very up and down this season.
Mine's been mostly down.
um, yeah, I mean injuries have plagued a lot of teams this year. So you got that. Um, in the league that in our keeper league that I've been running for the last few years. Um, I won last year and had a follow up this year with like a 7-7 record just to sneak into the playoffs. Granted, I did make it to the championship game, which I
I
should
didn't
have
make it
been.
out of the first round. I was the winner of the shit bowl.
Not my league, you weren't. You didn't get last place in my league.
I got last place out of the winners.
Oh yeah,
He says, not much watching Bears cry. Yeah, it doesn't look good for them.
yeah. I hate both teams though, so. But that defense, the Bears defense, isn't looking great. They can't stop a cold right now.
The Honolulu Blue Flu carried into the playoffs last year, and it did it again this year.
That's true.
So, who was the top QBs overall?
Are we doing for the
I mean,
year?
yeah,
Okay. QBs first. All right. So, top fantasy scores from week 1 all the way through week 18 from last year or from this current 2025 fantasy season PPR format. Number 1 was Josh Allen. He scored a grand total of 374.6 fantasy points and averaged about 22 fantasy points a game. Number 2 was Drake May, who scored 359 points even. Oh. He averaged 21.1 fantasy points a game. Matthew Stafford comes in at third with 358.4 fantasy points scored, also averaging 21.1. Trevor Lawrence is at fourth with 350.2 fantasy points scored, averaging about 20.6 a game. And then Dak Prescott rounds out our quarterbacks at number 5 with 323.8 fantasy points scored, averaging about 19 a game. Outside top 5 for quarterbacks, Caleb Williams comes in at 6th with 323.2 fantasy points. Bo Nix at 7th with 315.8, and Jared Goff at 8th with 305.1. He averaged about 17.9 fantasy points a game. Moving on to running backs. What's going on, Miles? Welcome in.
good to see you, Miles. And your wife said hello from my bed.
Yeah. Good to see you, Adam. All right, running backs. The number 1 fantasy scoring running back, no surprise here, was Christian McCaffrey. He scored a total of 416.6 fantasy points and averaged about 24.5 a game. Bijan Robinson is second. He scored 370 points, 370.8 fantasy points, averaging about 21.8. Hi, Megan. Jahmyr Gibbs is at third with 366.9 fantasy points. He averaged about 21.6.
Nice job, liver. It's fine.
That's why I said hi. Jonathan Taylor is at fourth. He scored 362.3 fantasy points, averaging about 21.3. And Devon Achane rounds out the running backs. He scored 322.8 fantasy points, averaging about 20.2.
All right. I got the wide receivers.
All right.
Number one with 375 points, averaging 23.4 is Puka Nakua. Number two was Jackson Smith-Njigba, our yardage leader this year overall, but 359.9 and 21.2 per game average. Third place, Amon-Ra St. Brown with 117 receptions, 1,401 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 3,824 fantasy points for 19.1. Jamar Chase, if he'd have played all season, he probably would have been ahead of St. Brown, but he missed a couple of games. 125 receptions, 1,412 yards, 8 touchdowns, 313.6 for a 19.6 average. And top five, ahead of Mr. C.D. Lamb, the one that got all that money, George Pickens, 93 receptions, 1,429 yards, 9 touchdowns, 291.9 fantasy points, 17.2. Adam, I'm doing great. Good to see you here, bud. Oh, man. So, tight ends, right?
Yep, tight ends next.
Well, of course, Trey McBride was number one with
No surprise there.
315.9, 18.6. The surprising one was number two with his first close to 1,000-yard season and 5 touchdowns, seeing as how he had 4 of them in one game. 210.8 with a 12.4 average. Travis Kelce ended up getting third on this list somehow with only 5 touchdowns and 851 yards and an 11.4 average. Here's our first rookie on the list, Tyler Warren. 76 receptions, 817 yards, 4 tutties, 188.5 and an 11.1 average, and tied with him was Jake Ferguson. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers didn't even crack the top 15.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even see him on my list.
Yep. I had to look down to find him. I was on the ESPN site looking it up.
Okay.
Now, seeing how it's end of the year, we might as well do the top defenses for fantasy.
Yeah, why not?
Seahawks, 185 points for 10.9 per game. Texans with 173 points at 10.2. The Broncos with 144 at 8.5. The Browns, 143 at 8.4. And the Jaguars defense at 139 for 8.2. Honorable mentions to the Patriots and Vikings, but we're right behind them at 7.8 and 7.7 per game. Well, our fantasy kickers of the year, Jason Myers of Seattle. He had 11.5 per game average, so they used the kicking game a lot. Amy Fairbairn of Houston, who averaged 12.7 per game. Wow. He was 19 and 19 on field goals under 40, 16 and 16 up to 49, and 9 of 13 over 50. 44 for 48 this year with a 12.7 average. Brandon Aubrey was third with 184.6 and 10.9 average. Cameron Dicker, also known as DickerTheKicker.com for his website, 167 for 9.8 average. In fifth place was Cam Little with 162 and 9.5 and a long of 70 yards this season.
Yeah.
Jake
You
Bates
know what that?
was Jake Bates was actually eighth on this list.
Yeah, he's a little bit outside the top 10 this year.
According to this, he was only
No,
eighth.
damn good. He scored 152 points, averaged about 8.9 a game.
Yep. Harrison Bucker tied him. Tyler Loop, the guy that missed it for Baltimore, came in 11th.
The kick that got Harbaugh fired.
Yeah, the kick that got Harbaugh fired. But that isn't actually what got Harbaugh fired. It wasn't
No.
because they lost. The Harbaugh firing, it was a surprise, but it shouldn't have been a surprise. About 4 weeks into the season, when the offense went stale and they started losing and the defense couldn't stop anybody, the Ravens front office wanted to fire all the coordinators, and John Harbaugh blocked them. And then at the
Yeah.
end of the season, he said the same thing again. And he goes, "No, you can't fire my assistants." He goes, "Okay, then we fire you." And they all get fired at the same time.
Yep.
Man, talk about the crazy coaching hires like John Harbaugh on Tuesday, Thursday, Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. I honestly believe that Harbaugh getting fired is what made the Dolphins get rid of McDaniels.
Yeah, because Monday, oh, we're keeping them. Remember that was posted by Shefty.
Yeah, there was talks that Mike McDaniels was going to be part of the committee to help find the next GM
And possibly an extension. There was all
right,
sorts of crazy
extension,
stuff that was brought up.
and
And
then
the
2 days
Thursday,
later,
2 days later, a day and a half after Harbaugh goes, he goes into the end of season meeting with the front office. Well, what are your plans at quarterback, and how do you want to help us find a GM? I want a GM that can build an O line around Tua. You're fired.
yep,
What?
that's okay. He's going to come in to Allen Park on Monday. He's going to have an interview with Campbell and the Lions, and we're not going to let him leave until he becomes next OC of the Detroit Lions.
So that is where we're at.
Yes.
Whenever the head coach is fired, everyone underneath them is fired 99.9% of the time. Monken is actually having an interview Monday with the Browns and an interview Wednesday with us. T. Martin and Jacob Pete are the ones that have no offensive coordinator
And then
experience.
I saw that Harbaugh is waiting till after this weekend to narrow down his like
Right.
3 or 4 or 5 teams that he wants to interview with.
Right. I'm pretty sure the Giants will be one of them.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Did it work, or did they turn over on downs like they did when they went for
Oh,
fourth and
boy.
30 on their own 32?
They got it. Nope.
They
Green
got
Bay
it.
got it. Was it intercepted at the 3 by T. Hopper, tackled by
shit.
Cole Kmet. Number 2. Let's go for 3. Good Lord. Caleb's giving people I never heard of interceptions. I wonder if that plays under review or something. Yep. The Honolulu Blue strikes again. And I say that because week 18, we beat Minnesota last year. What happened when they played the Rams?
they got beat. So, Jeremy, talking about our league specifically, who's the player that you wish you wouldn't have drafted this year? Who's kind of been your dud of the year?
Oh, God, I got to look. You're going to make me look at that? There were so many, and it was all due to injuries. Probably
Yeah.
David Montgomery, really. David Montgomery did absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah, he wasn't being utilized very well in our offense this year.
I wasn't upset with RJ Harvey. God, this isn't even the people. Most of my roster isn't even people I drafted. I didn't draft Harrison. The guy I did draft, Harrison Bucker. I kept him all season. I'm glad I picked up the Broncos defense because our defense started out hot and went to crap.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 16 rounds next year. But I set my keepers. That's all I know.
I'll tell you my dud of the year, and that was Brees Hall. I think I took him in like the second or third round.
I remember I was able to get DK off of waivers because he was doing nothing after the first 3 weeks, and then he blew up for a minute, and then he fell apart again.
Yeah. So I got Brees Hall in the fourth round with the second pick, and he just didn't do jack shit this year. Ended up trading him away. That was
That's
traded
what
him away.
happens. That's what happens when a defensive-minded rookie coach hires an offensive coordinator who's a rookie.
Mhm.
If you're going to hire a rookie, if you're a defensive coach, it should be a defensive coordinator that is hired as a rookie because you know defense. Your offensive, that's the one thing I applaud Ben Johnson about. He at least went after a veteran, considered good defensive coordinator in Dennis Allen.
Yeah, I would agree.
And you know he's calling the plays because the play sheet's in front of him all the time.
Right.
On offense, that is. I'll say my all-star of my team was Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah. Mine is JSN.
And I'm quite sure he's one of your keepers.
Yeah, you know it.
Just like
you know. You don't even have
and
to ask that question.
I was debating between who's I gotta look at my 4 again. I was debating between Tyler Warren and RJ Harvey.
Oh yeah.
It's because RJ Harvey had more points, but Tyler Warren was more consistent until
Yeah.
Indiana Jones went down. And then for Jamison Williams, it was like, do I keep him or do I keep Jalen Waddle? And I was like, well, Waddle fell off at the end of the year, and JMO went up at the end of the year, so I'm keeping JMO. Yeah,
I'd also
and
say, I mean,
I kept our QB too, because I'm sorry, with what he did, with what he had protecting him, I think he's got at least 2 more good years in him.
Goff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also say I would say like Lad McConkey was kind of a dud for me, just considering I took him in the second round. He didn't really do a whole lot this year.
Because we talked about it, and we both said more than likely Leaf is gone. Should I keep Tesla instead of Warren?
Ooh,
That's a good question, yeah.
that is a good question.
Because Warren ended up with 9 touchdowns on the year, but Tesla in a usage percentage under 20% ended up with 6. That's a good question to ask. All right, let's put it in the chat. Would you keep Tyler Warren or would you keep Isaac Tesla? We got 52 people watching out there. Somebody's got to answer.
Yes, let's see what they say. So far, my 2 keepers, obviously, my first one is JSN. But
He was your
I'm
star.
also.
He was your star. He was your MVP.
He was my star. He's my star. He's my MVP. I obviously got to keep him. But my other one that I'm keeping, I picked Chase Brown. I'm gonna hang on to him.
I mean, look
He
what
was
he did
one.
behind a bad O line.
I know, and I mean that's who that's what I got for Brees Hall. I got him, Olave, and Gadsden. Gadsden, whatever how you say it.
I would consider Gadsden. Gadsden had a great year for a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Tight end, right?
Yeah. Yep. Rookie tight end.
You know what? I'm doing it. I'm being a homer. I'm keeping 4 Lions. I'm gonna let Tyler Warren hit the free agent, the draft.
Now, would you keep Collins or Olave?
Collins. Which Collins you talking about? Nico?
Nico. Yeah.
Nico's been more proven, but he gets nicked up. Olave gets nicked up. I keep Nico. I think he's in a more stable situation with Houston than Olave is with the Saints.
So there you go. My 4 keepers are Chase Brown, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Nico Collins, and I'll go ahead and I'll take a flyer on Gadsden.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing, tight ends, we know they're going to get drafted quick and fast. I hope we don't see 4 go in the first round.
I don't think we're going to see that again. That was an anomaly.
Or 4 go to one team.
Yeah, well,
No names being mentioned. I'm being nice.
I hate to let Ikabuka go, but he kind of fell off as the
He
year
did.
went on. In fact, he went. I mean, more so that I wasn't even starting him anymore.
Yeah, I had to leave him in because he was my best receiver still, but like the last 2 games he was dog poop.
Yeah.
That's right. I don't have a team for next year in that one because we didn't do keepers for the following year. Now,
So I'm gonna put that. I'm actually gonna put that in a poll in our league right now while I'm thinking about it.
what's that?
About the super flex.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a good idea.
I'd love it because then you got to carry a minimum of 4 quarterbacks. It adds 4 roster spots total, if I remember right. I want to start one with an IDP, individual defensive players.
We can do that with my dynasty if you want it. We can see about doing it with the dynasty.
Pull them on that.
Yeah.
Pull them on that because then we can. Because then that changes your strategy in the first round because you got to think about defensive players that are great
Right.
as well
And
as
I
offensive
know
players.
I know some people don't like messing with like kickers and defenses. So if we were to do IDPs, maybe just drop kickers and
Drop the
defenses.
defenses, drop defenses in general, and just do IDP.
Right.
Still got to have kickers. Got to have a
Yes.
kicker. Because I'll tell you what, I had that game where Harrison Bucker was the only one scoring for the Chiefs, and it saved me a game because gave me 18 points because he made 3 from over 50. Woo-hoo. And one from one over 40, and then one under 30 for 18 points. That's a lot of points from a kicker. You hear something like that, you're expecting to look at the score and see something in the 50s or 60s, and when you see that it's all 18 points came from the kicker.
Right. All right. So that pulls up and active in that league. Let's head on over to the Dynasty League. And we'll pull this league. Drop.
3 of us said yes already about the Superflex.
Oh, I forgot to put don't do multi-select on the other one. Oh well. I'll say this. This one doesn't need the end date. All right. Create that poll.
Uh, you knew I suggested it. You knew I was voting yes.
Oh yeah, I know. The one thing, so as a commissioner, I don't like, especially like with trades and stuff. I don't like to vote on trades because I like to be unbiased on that. However, I like to know who voted where or like how many votes each selection has. And Sleeper does not give me the data on that unless I pick one of the two options. I don't like that. I wish they would just show me.
So if instead of going for it on 4th down and he'd have kicked the 3 field goals, do you realize it'd be 21-15 right now for the Bears?
Is it still 21-3?
It's 21-6.
21-6.
Like I said, if he'd have kicked those 3 field goals instead of going for it. Oh, Caleb Williams, if you throw another interception, your QBR will then be lower than spiking the ball every play. He's 14 of 28 for 177 yards and 2 tutties, or 2 interceptions.
But I will say, I am pretty pumped about this Dynasty League that I started. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. That's funny.
Oh, goodness. I'm having too much fun. Hey, it's fun when you can pick on the other team.
The Pistons fell to the Clippers today. Everyone's throwing a fit about how the NFL needs to change the rule to not let a sub 500 team make the playoffs. And
They damn near beat them. They were
I
leading
know,
towards
that's what
the
I'm.
end of the game.
I know. Like, if we were, I mean, what's the point in divisions if we were to change that rule then? And yeah, they did damn near beat them, and I actually kind of was hoping they would have.
Oh, there. I got it off my system. Oh, did they score a third field goal? I haven't seen that update. Oh,
Is it 3-9? Is it
it's
21-9?
21-9 now.
21-9. Woo! With 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That TJ Edwards.
Oh, I just struck a nerve though. Mike Carrico's going batshit.
Who is?
Mike Carrico, Mike the Bear fan.
Oh.
Yeah, I just said Ben Johnson is Dan Gamble tonight.
I mean,
I'm not wrong.
you're not wrong. When I saw that they went for it on their own 32-yard line, I'm like, okay. He took a little too much from Dan Campbell. Yeah, now watch after this game. There's going to be a lot of Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson memes going around Facebook. Go away, cat. And now we endure the very long off season.
Oh, look at you. I don't trash talk. Yeah, I'm getting yelled at by him because of that.
Oh boy. We're division rivals, so of course we're gonna talk some trash. Wow. Okay, this isn't fantasy football related at all, but I figured why not. This just broke. It's baseball related, but third baseman Alex Bregman and the Chicago Cubs are in agreement on a free agent contract.
Wow.
So he's leaving the Red Sox and going to the Cubbies.
That one's going to get him going. Because that's a straight up shit talk right there. Now I can say Honolulu Blue Flu carries into the postseason 2 years in a row. That's a straight up shit talk.
That is a straight up shit talk.
Ain't it nice?
It's a 5-year, $175 million contract.
Who got that?
Alex Bregman.
For who? For what team?
The Cubs. He signed a 5-year, $175 million contract with the Cubbies.
Oh, another third baseman we didn't get. Pretty much.
Yep.
That's
But I saw a snippet of AJ Hinch defending Zach McKinstry, saying, "Well, he made the All-Star. Like he was an All-Star this year." Okay. He also struck out a lot.
So I know you know what I've been doing at least once a day every day since we lost to the Rams.
Mock drafts.
Yeah. I did another one just before the show while I was waiting for you.
'Tis the season.
It's loading now. 'Tis the season to mock drafting. La, 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 la. Francis Magoa, Akeem Messador. As you see, I traded back one spot and I got a third round pick for it.
Oh, nice.
But I traded back another time and they took a later pick, but I picked up a fourth for next year since we don't have any thirds next year either.
Oh, that was part of that Tesla trade up to get him, wasn't it?
But the 6 touchdowns made it worth it.
Oh yeah.
Francis Mauagawa, Akeem Messador, Logan Jones, Tariq Sapp, Keon Sabb, Kendall Daniels, Ahmad Moten, and Fernando Carmona Jr. You know what you don't see? All I see is Big Ten, SEC, and Big 12,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, Power Five teams.
Amen. I haven't been doing the sniffing around the small schools this year because I don't have the time to watch that much game film, and it's harder to get their game film because usually it's all on CCTV.
Right.
Now I am going to watch the Division II championship game because I want to see who's good on the Montana State Bobcats that won the national championship.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we got Indiana and the Hurricanes for the Natty this year
In Miami for the national
in
championship.
Miami. I don't think it's gonna matter. I still think Indiana rolls into the Miami and puts it to them.
Indiana, after that first game that was kind of okay and it went back and forth, has been smashing people.
Yeah, they
Signetti
they
says
just
that's
made
it. I'm taking the brakes off. We're scoring every drive.
they made a top five team in the country look like a high school team last night.
And that Aiden Fisher would be a great fourth round grab, but he wasn't there. He
Hmm.
went the pick before me.
Damn it,
Yeah, I know.
because we're gonna need another linebacker.
We need two.
Hmm.
We need two safeties. We need a free agent and a vet, and a draftee. Because
Yeah.
like I said, Kirby Joseph may, at the earliest, if he had surgery right away, would be back by training camp. He hasn't had surgery yet.
So who's even on the market for safeties in the free agency?
I suggested for a vet that'll be cheap, a bargain bin
We
move.
might have to trade. I mean, I don't. As far as I don't think there is.
Iffy,
We might have to trade for one.
Iffy, bring back Iffy.
Oh yeah, Iffy. Yeah,
He's a free agent,
Mm-hmm.
and he played well at times he's just like us. He's not a true starter, but for 5 to 7 games, he's fine.
Was that a Brad trade? Was that a Brad pick?
In 2021,
Yeah.
he was a 6th or 7th round pick, if I remember right.
Yeah.
If you had to no, he was a late. He was that first third rounder we got from the Rams in 2021. He was the third round pick. Oh, they must have scored another field goal. Let's see. Oh, they
21
scored
to
2 more
12.
field goals. It's 21-15.
Oh jeez. They're slowly inching their way back in by scoring field goals.
Oh, they 16 because they went for 2-point conversion.
Okay.
They had that or they got a safety. I'm trying to see. I'm looking at the scoring plays.
Excuse me.
Yep,
This
DeAndre
game's
Swift
hot.
touchdown. Extra point is good. Oh, so they actually got a touchdown. Okay.
Oh, they got a touchdown. Okay.
DeAndre Swift finally made him get a touchdown.
How much time
Wow.
left in the game?
Not much.
Not much.
A lot of time. 10 minutes.
Oh wow.
That's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
They can still win this game. Wouldn't that be funny if they
Unfortunately.
come back and win at the end?
No, it would not be funny.
It kind of would.
I mean, it would be funny, but like I said,
As bad as
I don't want
bad
to.
as Caleb Williams has played, if they win this game, he's 17 of 34.
What happened to the Packers? They stopped scoring after
They're
halftime.
alive, Rob. Yeah, I've been alive. We've been live. How you doing, Terrible T? Good to see you. He's a Viking fan, more than likely. The team that got the same record as us can beat us. Yeah, it is a close game now. 100%. They're putting the pressure on the Green Bay Packers. Whew. That being said, it was a lot of fun playing fantasy football this year. I'm sad it's over.
I'm sad too.
Oh, terrible T. Go Bears. Hey, get them. I don't want the Packers to go any further. I want you to make them sit on the couch with us.
Yep, looking forward to next season. I'm looking forward to getting this dynasty league that we started up and going. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
I didn't know if you still had the link. I had just emailed it to me, and then you popped in earlier. I was going to resend it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't want to do it on my phone tonight because I wanted to be able to have a wider screen. So I hopped onto the wife's computer. And then had to quickly remember my passwords.
It is that time of night when we have to say good night. We will see you next season right after the draft and everything, and rosters start to look a little more set. To start doing a preview, talking about rookie sleepers, uh, and might even do like a Super Bowl review after this. But other than that, we're not going to be live. We're going to be taking a hiatus on Saturdays. I'll be live Monday through Friday, no matter what, on my show, which goes live into Rob's channel, goes live into Ken the Bear Fans channel, into his kick, into my Facebook page, into my Lions page, into my YouTube channel. I do talk about other teams than just the Lions too, because I do a whole NFL show on Wednesday where I cover everything and we make our picks. And damn it, Bears win! You make my pick right. Then I'm 3 for 3 so far of football. But try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Austin, shout out your channel.
You can find me over at the YouTube. Type in Haacked-In Fantasy Sports Talk, which is right there. You can hit the bell notification to be notified every time I go live. I'm a frequent guest of Jeremy on his shows on Wednesdays and Fridays. So you can catch me there as well as right here on Saturday nights. But like he said, we were going to be taking a little break from that. But can't wait to get it up and going next season.
Amen. The winner of this game, it depends on which one wins. If Chicago wins, they'll be the home team versus the winner of the Eagles versus San Francisco. If the Packers win, they have to play the Seahawks in Seattle.
To which they will get slaughtered.
And then that means it would be Rams versus whoever wins with the Eagles in San Fran tomorrow. Which the Rams got beat by both teams.
Yeah.
And I just think this is quite funny the way it's breaking down.
It is. But I think the NFC Championship is going to have the Seattle Seahawks in it.
I do too. I think the NFC Championship will have the Seattle Seahawks. And whichever team out of that second tier makes it there
Mhm.
next week. But thanks for watching, everybody.
Absolutely.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.